Hello and welcome, folks. This is the Rambling Bards, episode 6, part 3 of our Final Fantasy D20 coverage. I am Chris, the Bardic DM, and as always, I'm here with my co-host Josh. How are you doing, man?
Suffering less than usual.
Yes, that's always good. So, starting with one of the more broken classes in, well, regular Pathfinder, depending on how you do it. The Monk. Since we're carrying on from last time. So we went from the meat shield, now let's go to the thing that would be punching through it. Let's see, for the most part standard for starting stuff. So first deviations would be the limit breaks. First, absolute perfection, which has a duration of 1 round plus 1 round per 4 monk levels after first. And grants a +1 competence bonus to attack and damage rolls, and a damage reduction of 2 with no negating factor, and this scales going up by 1 for attack for the rolls and 2 for the damage reduction with the number of rounds. So for the maximum of 5 rounds, a +5 competence bonus on attack and damage rolls, and a damage reduction of 10 at 17th level, which is going to be useful.
Then they have the obligatory Dragon Ball Z reference.
Yep. 6 blast of force, line up to 60 feet, deals 1d6 points of non-elemental damage per monk level, and has a reflex save DC 10 plus half the monk's level plus their wisdom modifier for half damage. Then it has something called martial arts, which is basically the monk's scaling damage and access to improved unarmed strike from first level. Nice consolidation there, I definitely like that. Then you have the blitz techniques, which are... okay, you can utilise these techniques to enable combo finishers, see below. However, they do appear to be martial arts techniques from the Unchained Monk, if I remember correctly. Let me double check.
Style strike is what they're.
Yeah, style strikes. I knew they mimicked something. Then we have the Monk's AC bonus from Flurry of Blows, as usual.
Something that we didn't mention before is in this Monks get that expanded crit range eventually down to at 20th level you can crit on a 16.
I must have missed that. I thought that hadn't been covered yet, but wow.
It was under martial arts.
Ah. Yeah, that's going to be... oh boy, Critfisher Monk.
Eventually you're just going to be able to make Critfisher for everything for you with Chris.
If I ever run this system, yeah, which I'm planning to at some point, so yeah, so Flurry of Blows, the AC bonus, and Stunning Fist and Evasion are all same as usual. Combo finishes. At 3rd level and every odd level thereafter, a monk gains a combo finisher that allows her to put the blitz techniques into good use by starting and finishing combos. Each combo finisher requires a certain amount of blitz techniques used in order that must be completed before the end of his next turn, or the monk must start over. This is basically the equivalent of talents, but less frequent and more restricted, as they've given to each other class. We'll go over combo finishes in a bit.
And one thing we keep skipping over, Chris, is Stunning Fist. It begins normally, but eventually you can choose different detriments. You can make the opponent fatigue, sicken.
I was going to say that's standard for Pathfinder Monk. They always get the alternate abilities.
Huh. I never remembered that.
Yeah, if you read through the base monk, yeah, they get different alternate abilities depending on what level, as you progress your level for Stunning Fist. I'm fairly sure they do. I'll double check.
Yeah, no, you're right. I had it open.
Okay. Let's see, at 3rd level they also get their fast movement, which I believe they normally get faster than this, although this might be based off the Unchained Monk, considering they've got the style strikes.
Yeah, they get the movement at 3rd level.
Yeah, okay, then we have Martial Arts Master. A monk may use a monk level to qualify for feats as a fighter. They also gain their key pool as standard, and the various key powers. They then get their Purity of Body ability, which makes them immune to all diseases, including supernatural and magical diseases, making throwing lycanthropes at a monk a virtually useless thing.
You know, if you actually throw anything like at least close to the same size as them, you know they're just going to grapple and beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, although, yeah, true enough. Boost. At 8th level, a monk learns to harness the power of a strike for a short duration. As a swift action, she can increase the damage of her attack equal to half her monk level for the round. The monk can use this ability a number of times per day equal to 3 plus her wisdom modifier. So, 3 extra damage? So at start you get a free +4, a minimum of 4 times a day for a round. That's going to be fun.
Definitely.
It's going to be a weird thing to deal with, that's for sure. And something, although it will make using some of your evil monks more interesting. 9th level they gain improved evasion as standard monk. Or monk unchained, not sure which one. Looks like both of them. Yeah. At 11th level they gain counterattack. Which is the new one. It's basically.
Sorry, Chris, I couldn't hear you for a bit.
Oh, sorry. I might have paused for a second whilst I was reading over something. Sorry. At 11th level, they gain counterattack. A monk gains the ability to counter blows when attacked. During her action, she designates an opponent. Then once per round, if that opponent attacks them, they can immediately make an attack of opportunity. They can select a new opponent on any action. A helpless monk does not gain the benefit of this ability, nor can they use it when flat-footed. So, slightly better than parry and riposte. Or slightly worse, because it's slightly more selective, but doesn't require them to miss you to counter roll to negate an attack in order to get the counter attack off.
At least it's too far of a dip to at least multi-class.
Yeah, well, for the alternate jobs anyway, for the sub-job system anyway.
13th level defensive roll as per the rogue ability, which is basically just if you once per day chance to make a reflex save, and if you pass, you can avoid an attack that knock you to 0 hit point.
Yeah, which is not bad. Then its next ability they gain that's listed is Timeless Body, which is per the standard monk. Basically stops you aging. 19th level they get an improved counterattack. Basically it now allows them to apply it to any opponent and can apply it to can make a number of attacks equal to their dexterity bonus. But you cannot counterattack the same opponent twice. So basically you're a more proactive attack of opportunity user at that point.
At least thankfully it doesn't stack with combat reflexes.
Thankfully. Perfect Self. At 20th level a monk becomes a magical creature, treated as one outsider rather... Wait, so they become a magical creature but are treated as an outsider. Pick one, writer. Right, rather than a humanoid. Purpose of spells and magical effects. Additionally, a monk gains damage reduction 10 chaotic, which allows it to. Yeah. Unlike other outsiders, the monk can still be brought back from the dead as if they were a member of a previous creature type. Finally, the monk gains the ability to enter a state of perfect calm. During this time, the monk can take no actions, but she does regain key points at the rate of 1 point per 10 minutes spent at calm. She cannot use this ability to gain an amount of key points in excess of her maximum. And then, of course, there's the fact that if you're an ex-monk, you cannot. If you become non-lawful, you cannot gain new levels of monk, but retain all monk abilities. Hence why there are so many evil villain monks running about, because it's one of the few cheats that you've got. Now on to what will be most people's favourite class for this sort of game: the Red Mage, the pre-built Gish character. Josh, you there?
Yep, I was just about to say, time to see how nice the quick fisher will be compared to.
Josh, you're dropping out quite a bit.
Yeah, I'll exit and re-enter the call.
Okay.
Alright, how about now?
Sounds better. We'll have to wait and see what it should be. So, the Red Mage. Well, he's already off to a slight disadvantage, because I think he's got slightly worse hit points than a Magus. That could be wrong. No, same as Magus, never mind. For some reason I was under the impression that Magus had a D10 hit points. Right, so... Sorry.
It's okay. Sorry. Yeah, I was just going to say, thankfully at least.
Yeah. So, there can be any alignment, have a D8 of hit points, have 4d6 times 10 for starting gold. Class skills are Acrobatics, Bluff, Climb, Craft, Diplomacy, Fly, Intimidate, Knowledge Arcana, Knowledge Planes, Perception, Profession, Ride, Spellcraft, Swim, and use Magic Device. Most of the way to a fairly decent face character there.
Yeah, definitely one of the perks.
Yeah. You've got 3/4 base attack bonus, good fort and will saves, and a bad reflex save. Red mages are proficient with all simple and martial weapons, including power rods and power staves. They are also proficient with light armor, medium armor, and shields. On to their limit breaks. Dual spellcasting. This limit break allows the Red Mage to cast a healing spell and a damage spell in the same round for a duration of 1 round plus 1 round per 4 Red Mage levels after first. MP must be paid for both spells. This limit break requires only a swift action. That's not bad.
Very nice.
Flexibility. This limit break allows the Red Mage to change his current HP total and current MP total on the fly as an immediate action for a duration of 1 round plus 1 round per 4 Red Mage levels after first. The Red Mage can swap any number of points from HP to MP or from MP to HP on a 1-to-1 basis. The Red Mage cannot swap below 1 hit point. This limit requires only a swift action.
That probably may be one of the most useful limit breaks we've seen so far.
Yeah, not to mention one of the most broken.
At least there's a cost for it.
Well, depends. If you've got items, and I'm fairly sure there are items that can boost your base level of MP. So you can make your HP pretty high, or at least keep it there without sacrificing too much of your spellcasting capability. Then we have the spells, which are obviously based off the Red Mage spell list. And he's a charisma... Oh, it gets even better. He's definitely a face potential character. They're charisma based.
I know what I'm playing.
Oh boy. Base charisma Magus. What next? He doesn't even get the option to do my preferred build of Magus. Oh well. So then we're on to the red magery abilities. At 1st, 5th, 9th, 13th and 17th level, a red mage increases his power with his spells. At each opportunity you can choose from the list of the following, with a maximum of 2 per individual magery ability. Extra quick cast. This grants the red mage an additional use of quick cast per day. We'll have to get to quick cast. Quick mind. This grants the red mage an additional swift or immediate action per round. So you can have 3 quick swift actions in a round as a red mage. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and the next one's even better.
It increases the intelligence wisdom score for ruby knowledge as if it were 4 points higher. So up to 8 points higher. Have to see what ruby knowledge does before we can be sure how good that is. Spell combat lowers the attack penalty by 2, so you can lower the attack penalty for spell combat by up to 4. That's good no matter what, really.
It is.
Next to get
spell for resistance, which is next, is something I wish every spellcaster would get.
Yeah, this was also on the Black Mage, so it's probably gotten from the Black Mage. Precise shot for any ranged touch attack. They then get cantrips, as usual. Now on to Ruby Knowledge. The Red Mage is specialised in dealing and healing damage with his spell. Whenever a Red Mage casts a spell that deals hit point dice damage, he adds his intelligence modifier, if any, to the amount of damage dealt. Whenever a Red Mage casts a spell that heals hit point damage, he adds his wisdom modifier, if any, to the damage healed. A single spell can never gain this extra damage or healing more than once per casting. If a spell deals or heals for more than one round, it does not gain the benefit of the Ruby Knowledge ability. The bonus from this ability applies only to spells that he casts as a red mage, not those he might have by virtue of levels in another class. So Ruby Knowledge Mastery is actually pretty good, because you're applying a minimum of +2 damage, potentially up to +4 on your damage and healing. That's pretty good.
Very good. Wish more casters got this stuff.
Yes, if more casters had this, you would be getting a lot more complaints from marshals than you already get on the Pathfinder forums. Though not if you gave them some of the abilities that are available for marshals in this version of the game.
Yeah. Plus, that's why they created the Path of War stuff.
Yeah, but the Path of War stuff tends to go a bit far the other way.
Fair enough.
Particularly when, casters are already already have to deal with the issues around, their low levels being pretty much neutered. Okay, spell combat. At first level, the Red Mage learns to cast spells and wield his weapons at the same time. This functions much like two-weapon fighting, but the offhand weapon is a spell that is being cast. To use this ability, the Red Mage must have one hand free while wielding a light or one-handed melee weapon in the other hand. As a full round action, he can make all of his attacks with his melee weapon at a -4 penalty, and also cast any spell from his Red Mage spell list with a casting time of 1 standard action. If he casts the spell defensively, he can decide to take an additional penalty on his attack roll up to his charisma bonus, and add the same amount as a circumstance bonus on his concentration check. If the check fails, the spell is wasted, but the attacks still take the penalty. A Red Mage can choose to cast the spell first or make the weapon attack first, but if he has more than one attack, he cannot cast the spell between weapon attacks. So with 2 uses of spell combat expertise, you take no penalty with your melee attacks.
Exactly.
I know what everyone's going to be picking for that then. Arcane Pool. Yeah, this is basically an arcane pull for Magus. In fact, it is exactly that, right down to the weapon enchantments. Quick Learner, Minor. At 2nd and 6th level, a Red Mage chooses one of the following abilities to add to his list of class features. The Red Mage can add Advanced Learning. The Red Mage can add a new spell from the Black or White Mage spell list to his list with a level of his highest level known spell or lower. He may select this special ability multiple times. Each time he adds a different spell to his spells known. Bonus Meta Magic feat. Exactly what it says. Weapon Bond. The Red Mage selects one weapon he is proficient with. He gains weapon focus with this weapon even if he does not meet the prerequisites for it, which can only be chosen once. That's not broken at all, is it? And this being minor suggests that there's a major version coming up later. Oh, let's see. Spell Strike as the Magus ability. Armoured Mage at 3rd level, normally armoured.
Chris, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I was just reading through. I hadn't spoken. Sorry.
Okay.
Basically, basically the Armoured Mage is what allows the Red Mage to start wearing light armour allows him to wear light armour and ignore the penalties when casting.
It's as per the Magus ability.
Yeah. Only difference being that at 10th level, rather than learning heavy armour, they gain access to heavier shields. So I'm not sure if that's a misprint or what. Might be something to look into for the items or whatever.
Possibly.
Ruby Arcana, as he gains levels, basically these are the Magus Arcana retooled. Quick Cast. Beginning at 4th level, a Red Mage can cast one spell each day as a swift action. As the Magus, as I know to my horror, considering the Shocking Grasp combo. Convert. Beginning at 5th level, a Red Mage can convert his hit points into MP as a swift action. For every 5 hit points converted, the Red Mage receives 1 MP. Oh, that's just that's kind of rubbish, really. You can use his ability twice per day, so once per day up until 9th level, then it increases to twice per day and 3 times at 17th, at 13th, and 4 times at 17th. That's I mean, I know it's a lesser version of the limit break, but that really is nowhere near as good, is it?
Stack it with the ability that's quick. Stack it with the extra swift actions. It becomes pretty.
Yeah, I suppose. Improved spell combat. Again, as Magus ability. And at 10th level, they get Clear Mind. The MP regeneration trick that we've covered before. It appears every caster gets that. Then at 10th and 14th level, we get Quick Learner Moderate. Bonus Meta Magic feat and Advanced Learning, the same as before.
And improved Weapon Bond, which will let you use weapon specialization.
Yep. At 11th level, they get Fighter Training, which allows you to count half your total Red Mage level as a fighter level for the purpose of qualifying for feats.
Same as any even slightly martial class at this point.
Yep. Jack of all trades. At 11th level, the Red Mage can use any skill, even if the skill normally requires him to be trained. At 5th level, the Red Mage considers all skills to be class skills. At 19th level, the Red Mage can take 10 on any skill check, even if it is not normally allowed.
You're so much, Chris.
What if I do my Final Fantasy one or two shot and you're playing Red Mage?
Yep.
I could just set it so that you aren't level 11 when you do it.
All that, and also considering you were also considering this for the survival idea.
Oh yeah. No, I think having seen the Final Fantasy stuff, I'm not sure I could do this for the survival thing because I'm not sure there would be enough I could throw at you to make surviving a challenge.
Fair enough.
I mean, maybe if I pulled exclusively from their converted monsters, I could do it. Actually, easy way to make it a challenge. Make your airship crash on an island infested with Marlboros.
Yeah, that's the point where I walk out.
I would not blame you for a single second, man. I would not blame you. That is an evil concept. Greatest spell.
I was in one of the Final Fantasy campaigns I was in. We got a ball about drunk us when we were like third.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I joke about it, but I wouldn't throw that up against anything below CR appropriate, because I'm not sure what they've put the CR for that thing at in the bestiary.
Not high enough.
Well, I suppose as long as if you've got enough loot to be able to afford red ribbons, I'd say you're high enough. But I'd say it's all right. But otherwise, yeah, I might agree with you. Double cast at 15th level. A red mage can cast 2 spells using 1 standard action. Any target affected by those spells they come out. So we've seen the double cast before on the black mage, I believe.
Yep. Then there's counter strike, which is you can make an attack of opportunity against someone who manages to cast defense.
Oh, that's oh, that's just funny. Reversing the whole spell attack of opportunity trick. That's pretty nice.
It is.
And then there's the 1 MP spell ability, which again we've seen before. 3 times per day, as a free action, can reduce the next spell to 1 MP. Ugh. Quick Learner Major. Gets you Advanced Learning, which is another one where you can add a new spell to your spell list. Greater Weapon Bond. The Red Mage selects a weapon for which he has improved weapon bond ability. He treats having greater weapon focus for that weapon. Innate Spell. Red Mage has the ability to select 1 first level Red Mage spell that he knows. He may now cast the spell as a spell-like ability at will. Well, that's disgusting. Let's see. I mean, I'm not sure what the Red Mage spell list has at level 1, but I'm fairly sure there's some brutal ones that they can throw in there. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. Yeah, if nothing else, you've got a classic of Thunder to replace Shocking Grasp. So at will Shocking Grasp on a Magus. Ooh. Now let's have a look at. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was about to say something. I immediately realized what I'd say would be wrong, so never mind.
Alright, so it happens to us all, man. Let's see. Red Wizard, 20th level ability. Whenever he uses his spell combat ability, he does not need to make a concentration check to cast the spell defensively. Whenever the Red Mage uses spell combat and his spell targets the same creature as his melee attacks, he can choose to either increase the DC to resist the spell by +2, grant himself a +2 circumstance bonus on any check made to overcome spell resistance, or grant himself a +2 circumstance bonus on all attack rolls made against the target during his turn. Oh, that's nasty.
Definitely worthy of a level 20 ability.
Yeah, particularly for the ultimate all-rounder that is the Red Mage. But that Jack, I will say, of all the abilities, that Jack of all trades is the most broken.
Yeah, but honestly, without then his skill, he doesn't have the highest. He's only got a +4 to his skill points per level, so
Yeah.
It'd already be spread pretty thin. I don't think it'll be that.
You might. Why? You're treated as being proficient in all skills, treating them all as. Let's see. You can use any skill, even if the skill normally requires him to be trained. Meaning you can use any skill without ranks in it.
Yeah, but by that point, you're gonna be so high level unless you got an insane intelligence or whatever score. It's not gonna do a whole.
Well, true. Apart from if they all count as class skills and you counted being able to use them, you'd be getting the +3 at 15. So you're getting a minimum of 13 plus your intelligence modifier on all rolls by 19th level. Which, yeah, I can see what you mean, but being able to take 13 is quite amusing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back then, alright.
No problem. I'll get on to having a look at the thief. Okay, folks, let's have a quick look-see through. Hope you folks are enjoying it. Do feel free to pop up in the chat if you've got any questions or you want us to go over anything in particular. We are going over the last of the core classes and a couple of personal selections. Anyone's joining the party a bit late. So the thief. Skills and other stuff is standard to the rogue. Unchained rogue because it's got finesse training. They also have the ability called Mark and their limit breaks. We'll go over Mark first. Let's see. The thief must succeed at spend a full round action observing a target and must succeed at a perception check against DC equal to 10 plus the target's character level. If she succeeds, the thief learns the target's class, level, and ability modifiers. If the target is in disguise and its disguise check exceeds 10 plus its character level, the perception DC is instead equal to the disguise check. Observing someone in this manner also designates that person as the thief's mark, granting the thief a number of bonuses against them. It grants the thief a +2 bonus to perception, bluff, sleight of hand, and steal combat maneuver checks made against the mark. The thief also gains a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made against the mark. These bonuses increase to +3 at 7th level, +4 at 13th level, and +5 at 19th level. The thief must keep attention focused on her mark and suffer -2 penalty to AC except against attacks made by her mark, and also suffer -4 penalty to perception checks made against anyone but their mark. Once a thief has designated a mark, they must maintain that creature as their mark each round with a free action. Okay, so that's not a bad ability. Basically similar to the target ability from Slayer. What's it called? Archive of Nessus, don't fail me now. Studied target, that was it. Bloody hell, I am having one of those days. Oh dear. Hope you get. Sorry to see you guys go. Right then, on to the other part of the thief, the limit break, perfect dodge. The limit break makes the thief extremely agile. Any range attacks automatically misses unless a natural roll of 20 is rolled, and even then the critical threat is unconfirmed unless another natural roll of 20 is rolled. Any spells that require a reflex saving throw are automatically made. This lasts for a duration of 1 round, plus 1 round per 4 thief levels after first. This limit break requires only a swift action. Bloody hell! Vanish. This limit break makes the invisible for a duration of 1 round plus 1 round per 4 thief levels after first. While invisible, the thief can make attacks as normal and remain invisible. The thief also receives plus 1d6 sneak attack bonus plus an additional 1d6 per 4 thief levels after first. While under this limit break requires only a swift action. Bloody hell, the limit breaks on this class are broken. Apparently getting dinner is taking longer than expected. Oh well. Let's see, anything that stands out? No, 3rd level, measure the mark. Which we'll get to in a second. Danger sense, debilitating injury. Yeah, let me double check the Unchained Rogue. Let's see where we need to cover and where we don't. Oh, that's already covered. Alright folks, whilst we wait for Josh to get back, how's everybody doing? Just say if anyone wants to help out with this stream or Forging the New God, there are links for our Discord and Patreon down in the description on YouTube and below the main video you'll hear on Twitch. Let's see. Apart from that, we'll get back. Right, rather than keep waiting, we'll just keep having a look. So, measure the mark. At 3rd level, when a thief makes a sleight of hand check to take something from a creature, the target makes a perception check before the thief makes their sleight of hand check, as the thief knows the perception check result. The thief can decide whether or not to make the check based on the result of the target's perception check. If the thief elects not to make the check, they can make a bluff check, opposed to the target's sense motive to prevent the target from noticing the attempt. Not bad. Nice little roleplay ability. Improved theft. At 5th level, a thief gains a +2 competence bonus on steal combat maneuvers and any sleight of hand skill checks. She gains an additional +2 bonus for every 4 levels after 5th. Thief's Edge, which is effectively skill unlocks. Okay. Skilled Liar. Just take level 7. Yep, that's a new one. At 7th level, whenever a thief uses bluff to attempt to deceive someone, she gains a bonus on the opposed roll equal to half of their thief level. Nice. Again, there's some really good abilities here that, for the roleplay aspect of a thief trying to be, well, a thief. You don't see that enough in most classes. It's all combat orientated. Improved uncanny dodge, same as the base. Distraction. At 9th level, whenever a thief is detected while using stealth, she can immediately attempt a bluff skill check opposed to by the sense motor skill of the creature that spotted it. If this check... Phew, you okay, dude?
Yep, I'm doing fine. It was just taking a bit to get everything together.
Yeah. Gonna say, gone over a few of the abilities for the thief, but you might want to have a look at their limit breaks. These are ridiculous. I mean, Vanish is, basically improved invisibility for up to 5 rounds. Or greater invisibility, rather. But Perfect Dodge negates any melee or ranged attacks automatically unless you roll a natural 20, and the crit isn't confirmed unless you roll another natural 20.
Damn.
And any spells that require a reflex saving throw are automatically made.
The ultimate spellcaster's made, and I was back until I realized I forgot a spoon for my soup.
that will be a problem. See you in a couple of minutes then. Oh boy. I love that sort of thing, eh, folks? Right. Ah, mug! Which I feel a bit like at the moment. At 10th level of standard action, a thief can make an attack, and if the attack deals sneak attack damage, the thief can make a free steal combat maneuver to take an item from the creature during combat. Otherwise, this ability can only be used in a surprise round before the target has acted. If the attack is successful, the target takes a -5 penalty on the perception check to notice the theft. Then we obviously have the thief talents. Then we have ambush. Let's see. Ambush. At 11th level, the thief becomes fully practiced in the art of ambushing. When she acts in the surprise round, she can take a move action, standard action, and swift action during the surprise round, not just a move or standard action. Whew!
I'm back.
Alright. Right, we're up to the 11th level ability Ambush, which means that from 11th level onwards, thieves are able to take a full turn of action during a surprise round.
Love it.
Yeah, says the guy who mains rogue in most games.
True.
Skirmisher. At 13th level, whenever a thief moves more than 10 feet in a round and makes an attack action, the attack deals sneak attack damage if the target was flat-footed. If the thief makes more than one attack this turn, the ability only applies to the first attack.
Okay, even as much as I will play rogue, because that's
Yeah. Thankfully, those with uncanny dodge are immune to this ability. You don't say, considering that means they can't become flat-footed. Theft Mastery. At 15th level, the thief can take 10 on sleight of hand skill checks, even if stress and distraction would normally prevent them from doing so. Hide in plain sight. I believe that's a normal rogue ability. Nope, I'm wrong. I wish it was. I think that's not.
There might be a rogue talent, or that's a ranger ability.
Yeah, so you can use stealth skill even while being exert. Hang on, hide in plain sight and the next one, Shadow Step, are directly from the Shadow Dancer class.
They did copy a lot.
Oh, I suppose you've got to up to a point, haven't you? And Master Strike, I believe, is the exact same as the base rogue.
Roughly, at least.
Okay, so now we're on to the White Mage. The ultimate healer and also the ultimate anti-demon weapon. Huh, only a D6. I'd have expected a D8 for the cleric equivalent.
Plus, the only half base attack bonus.
Yeah. And only 2+ int from modifier for skills. Yeesh. And the only good save is a will save, of course. They're proficient with the club, sling, power rod, power staff, and quarterstaff, but not with any type of armor or shield. Also, these are an arcane healer. Okay. Okay, now onto their limit breaks. Breath of the Earth. This limit break causes the Earth to rupture partially and releases a warm wind encompassing the White Mage and her allies within 30 feet, causing any negative status effects from 1st to 7th level cures 3rd level or lower status effects, 15th level cures 6 or lower status effects, 16th to 20th cures any status effects, and providing a +2 morale bonus on saving throws against status effects per 4 White Mage levels after 1st. This limit break lasts for a duration of 1 round plus 1 round per 4 White Mage levels after 1st. So you've got 5 rounds of ability negation. Again, so if you've got a White Mage with you that uses this, you're alright against the Marlborough, so long as it's within reason. Healing Wind. This limit break causes a cooling wind to rip through the white mage analyse within 30 feet, healing for 2d10 points of damage plus an additional 2d10 per 4 white mage levels after first, and provides fast healing 2 that increases by 2 per 4 white mage levels after first, and lasts for up to a total of 5 rounds. So fast healing 10 at level 17 and 10d10 of healing. Wow, that's not bad at all, is it?
Can be better.
True, but I wouldn't turn my nose up at it. Right, onto the white magery. So at 1st, 5th, 9th, 13th, 17th level you can choose one of these, and you can have up to maximum of 2 per individual ability. Healing Mastery. This increases the white mage's cast level by 1 for all spells with a healing descriptor. Not bad. Increased Healing. This increases any healing spell by the white mage cast by 1 extra die of the appropriate type.
Well, that completely just blew the first one out of the water.
Yeah. Considering that means that Healing Wind, can do 4d10 per iteration, with a maximum of 20d10. Yeah, that's not broken at all, is it?
I'll just spend 3 weeks just telling people why they shouldn't play this.
No, it's fine. It just gives me an excuse to bust out bigger damage dealers. And then when I've thrown the massive monster at you, it rolls 1s on all 20d10. Here's the way it would go. Then you have Spell Mastery and Spell Penetration, which increase DC of the white mage's spells and the ability to overcome spell resistance, respectively. Those aren't bad. Increased Healing is going to be the one that's going to get picked the first couple of times, no matter what. I would say.
If they don't, the mage is going to have a talk.
Because you would go increased healing, healing mastery, surely. Or else spell penetration for your few, offensive white mage spells that they do have.
Well, God, they have mage talents.
Yeah. So, same as the dark, I'm guessing similar to the black mage for that.
Probably.
They also get the Paladin's Lay on Hands ability.
As if they couldn't heal enough.
Hold on. Lay on Hands will be affected by increased healing.
I wish I had my push to talk on when I laughed.
Alright, fine, man. Divine Caress. At 3rd level, a white mage, any white magic spell that the white mage casts cures status effects provides a bonus to saving throws against that status effect equal to the spell level of the spell for 1 round. Not bad. Focused Caster. Beginning at 3rd level, white mage may roll twice on any concentration check and take the higher result. I believe that's the same as black mage. Beginning Divine Seal. 4th level, a white mage can increase the potency of a next healing spell as a swift action as long as the casting of the spell is 1 standard action or less. The next healing spell the white mage casts heals for half again as many hit points. So the inverse of the seal ability from black mage. Guessing we're going to be comparing the two a lot.
It's kind of a given at this point.
Yeah. Oh, holy hell. 7th level. Auto regen. The White Mage gains fast healing 2 up to 50% of health, gaining the regen status effect that cannot be dispelled. At 14th level, the White Mage's fast healing increases to 4. The healer has fast healing. Alright then. So focusing down the healer just became even harder.
That's about a barrage of fireballs.
Yeah. And next they get Clear Mind and Double Cast, both of which we've seen before. At 11th level we get Divine Veil. At 11th level, when a White Mage uses Divine Seal, her next healing spell not only heals for double, but also removes one negative status effect chosen by the White Mage. Alright then. Selective targets. At 13th level, the White Mage selects up to 1 target per point of Wisdom bonus to exclude from any area of effect spell cast, or double the number of targets affected by a spell. Again, we've seen this with the Black Mage. Same with the sudden meta magic. Bypass spell resistance. At 17th level, the White Mage's command of magic is such that they may unravel a creature's natural resistance to magic. A White Mage reduces a target spell resistance by her White Mage level once per day per target. In addition, the White Mage ignores energy resistance equal to half a cast level. Again, similar to the ability of the same name to Black Mage, only difference is you're mainly going to be using this against undead. Oh dear God, can you imagine one of these things facing a lich?
I actually feel bad for the lich.
Yeah. Oof.
Chris, that could be one of the one-offs.
What? You guys being doing the Final Fantasy and getting to face a lich?
No, just you and me soloing a lich and a White Mage.
Yeah. That'd be a woof. Shaped area again, and 1 MP spell. Now we're on to the White Wizard, because we've seen both those abilities before. Okay, at 20th level, the White Mage becomes the pinnacle of White Magic. The White Mage gains the following abilities. Any healing spells cast grant the temporary hit points the person or persons cast upon equal to 2 per spell level of the spell that lasts for 1 minute. This does not stack with any spell that grants temporary hit points, but will override any such spell even itself. Any light spells cast gain a bonus to damage rolls equal to the White Mage's Wisdom modifier. Any attacks, including magical ranged touch spell, will now deal an additional 1d6 points of holy damage and grant a +5 bonus to attack rolls against any creature that the White Mage misses on her next attack roll. Yeah, if you're an undead of any or a demon of any variety and you see a 20th level White Mage coming at you, run for the hills.
She'll just have a Baylor in a pit being cowering the entire time.
Yeah, which is even better when you consider that the iconic for the this is one of the Lalafell, the halfling equivalent.
True.
Oh, doesn't even come up to their knees and they're already running away.
Strangely, Lalafell don't actually have a favorite class bonus for this.
That's rather amusing. Unless that's meant to be a female dwarf. But it's got pointy ears, so I don't think so. Now on to the...
Now they're their own thing.
Yeah, and now on to the real abomination of Final Fantasy D20, the Freelancer. So we get this out of the way before we do our own picks, because dear God. Nothing will seem broken by comparison. Okay, the Freelancer, also known as default anime and JRPG protagonist.
AKA build your own class.
Yeah, everyone's favourite idea, but dear God, no. Okay, base Freelancer stats are a half base attack bonus, d6 hit die, a choice of 1 good save and 2 bad saves, skills 2 plus intelligence per level with 4 starting class skills, and you're proficient in simple weapons. Here's the thing though, as already mentioned, you can buy them, because at first level you begin with 60 job points. At each level thereafter you gain 30 job points to spend. Any leftover job points carry over to the next level. Job points can be spent on doing anything. So, for instance, base attack bonus. If you want it to have a 3/4 attack base attack bonus, you spend 5 job points. If you want a full attack bonus, it costs you 20. Not too bad. If you want all 3 of your base saves to be good, it'll again cost you 20. Hit dice. Your hit dice increase when your base attack bonus increases. So if you're at 3/4, then it becomes a d8 and a d10 if you're full. So for 40 job points of your starting level job points, you can have a d10 hit dice, all good saves, with a full attack bonus. No other abilities, but that's still not a bad one. Although, admittedly... So the job points can also be spent to increase your number of skills per level, your number of starting class skills, improving your weapon proficiency, armor proficiency, starting wealth, and you can have up to 4 limit breaks. However, at least you can't change these stats after first level.
Thank God.
Yeah. You can also buy extraordinary spell-like or supernatural abilities. Or, you know, with that thing I just mentioned, how it costs you 40 points, with that and the abilities option, you can still have enough points at first level to get access to 9th level spell casting. As long as you don't mind not having any armor proficiency and having nothing but simple weapon proficiency.
You can just buy all that. You at least get buy some of that later for other stuff.
True. There are some restrictions, however. Barely. You cannot freely multiclass or use the sub-job system. You must qualify for the class or archetype you purchase class features from. For example, you must be the appropriate race to purchase a feature from a racial archetype. Well, that's good at least.
Yep. Only 1 pattern familiar. Only 1 precision-based ability. Only 1 capstone ability, thank God.
Yeah. Considering that capstone abilities only cost you 20 points, so you could be buying them at multiple levels if you wanted to. Abilities with level improvements, including spellcasting, must be paid at half JP cost each time you gain improvements. So that's not too bad. So that's 10 points of your 30 every level when you're getting spells. And you can only have 1. You can purchase more than 1 spellcasting ability, but it does not give you any extra MP. Again, that is good. I will say there's not much we can go over really with the Freelancer, just because there's way too many permutations.
You gotta be able to explore some stuff for yourself, people.
Well, that and you can make pretty much any class you want as long as you can balance it properly. And I will say, if you're planning to run a game in this, Either ban the Freelancer entirely or make everyone be freelancers. It's the only way you're going to be able to balance things.
And ban any mathematics or business majors.
Well, yes. Also, do not combine it with anything else, such as the mythic rules.
I've got a friend who's doing that currently. They're starting level 7. He's going to be a freelancer.
Yes, why do you think I mentioned it?
Yeah, I gotta give them some context, man.
Yeah, fair point. Ugh. 7th level, 3rd tier mythic freelancer.
And the guy doing it, he's a good friend, but I swear to God, he will argue to get any sort of advantage bonus, anything.
Yeah. The GM is a masochist. It's the only thing that makes sense.
BM's every session to get mass.
Either that, or they're completely inexperienced and are about to probably be driven out of GMing ever again.
Well, once again, hopefully lead towards masochist for that, whatever they're gonna put up with.
Yeah, so we're gonna leave it at that because we could spend a bit longer and have a quick look at the freelancer archetypes, because there are 2. Before we move on to the sword, before we move on to, I think you were doing Sword Saint.
Yep. What did you choose?
I'll double check. I was thinking of doing the Scholar, but I might have another quick look and do something. I might do a quick look through and see if there's something that's more fitting. Actually, no. Rather than doing the Scholar, as much as I like it, I'll do the one that pretty much everyone is probably looking at of interest at this one, the Blue Mage. Because who doesn't want to be a Blue Mage when they come across Final Fantasy as a concept?
True. Alright, let's start with Blue Mage then.
I'd say start with Sword Saint just because I think there's more to go over with them. You know, the Sword Saint, I do find it. Which, if you want to start.
Sure. Sword Saint is one of the Final Fantasy hybrid classes of Fighter and Knight. Starting level 5d6 times 10 skill. They've got acrobatics, climb, craft, diplomacy, handle animal, heal, intimidate, knowledge and ability, religion, perception, profession, right, sense motive, and spellcraft as spell abilities. Only base 2 skill points per level, though.
Well, that's average for the other 2 as well.
True. Full base tonus for full base attack bonus. Good fort saves, bad reflex saves, and a good will save.
So already an improvement on the base fighter.
Absolutely. They're proficient in simple weapons, martial weapons, knight swords, which is just a reskin bastard sword, all armors and shields except power shields.
Okay.
Oh, they got a little break that Chris is going to be a fan of. Perfect parry. This little break makes the Sword Saint a master defense. Any melee or ranged attack bonus automatically misses unless their roll of 20 is rolled. And the trend is only unconfirmed unless it's unconfirmed unless they roll another natural 20.
Oh, it's
duration lasts for. Go ahead.
It's a less broken version of the Rogue's Perfect Dodge because it doesn't also include the reflex saves.
This lasts for a duration of 1 round plus 1 round per 4 Sword Saint levels. Sadly, no counterattack.
No. Master Swordsman. This limit break allows the Sword Saint to use any sword skill he knows, readied or not, without needing to expend or ready them. It also grants them a +2 insight bonus on attack and damage rolls, plus an additional +2 per 4 Sword Saint levels after first. In addition, while this limit break is active, the Sword Saint doesn't spend any stamina on his talents. This lasts for a duration of 1 round plus 1 round per 4 Sword Saint levels after first. This limit break requires only a swift action. Now there's the broken one of the 2.
True.
Oh, I've just thought, Freelancer. Why do I get the feeling no Freelancer is going to go without perfect dodge as one of their limit breaks?
Sadly.
Now, swords play, I believe this should be you covering this.
Okay. Next comes swordplay, which is basically just sword-based special attacks you can use. And sorry, it's hard to. I can't switch between tabs while also being pushed to talk, so I gotta pause it.
It's alright, I'll go through it then, man. If that's what I didn't realise. Okay, the hallmark ability of Sword Saints, they pour a bit of their very soul into their weapons, unlocking powerful sword techniques. These abilities, known as sword skills, can be used while Sword Saint is wielding a sword. The sword is a material focus for all sword skills, so it doesn't need to be a sword crafted by the Sword Saint. A Sword Saint can use any sword skill he knows at will, provided he is wielding a sword. As long as he is wielding a sword he forged himself, increase the DCs of all his sword skills by 1. The 3 forms of sword skill in order of their relative power are basic, advanced, and master. A sword saint begins with knowledge of 1 sword skill, which must be of the basic form. As a sword saint gains level, he learns a new sword skills. At 6th level, a sword saint can learn advanced forms. At 12th level, he can learn master forms. A sword saint's sword skills are supernatural abilities. Using a sword skill is a standard action that does not provoke an attack of opportunity. If a target makes a successful reflex saving throw against a sword skill, they take only half damage from the sword skill. All the effects of the sword skill are negated. Save DC for basic form is DC is 10 plus half the sword saint's level plus his charisma modifier. For an advanced is 12 plus half the sword saint's level plus his charisma modifier, and master is 14. Apply the same. A sword saint can ready his starting sword skill, but as he advances in level and learns more sword skills, he must choose which sword skills to ready. He readies his sword skills by going over battle tactics through weapon drills or spending some time meditating in prayer for 10 minutes. The sword skills he chooses remain readied until he decides to repeat this again and changes them. Any given sword skill may only be readied once. A sword saint do not need to sleep or be well rested to ready their sword skills. Anytime they spend 10 minutes in practice or meditation, they can change their readied sword skills. He begins an encounter with all readied sword skills unexpended, regardless of how many times he may have already used them since he chose them. When the sword saint initiates a sword skill, he expends the current encounter for the current encounter, so each readied sword skill can be used once per encounter unless they are recovered. See below. For a sword saint to recover expended sword skills, he must take stock of his situation to plan for his next movement. By focusing entirely on a defensive position to prepare their next move, he is to regain sword skills expanded to assist in victory. By taking a full round action to plan the next move, activating the defensive focus class feature, see below, they recover a number of expended sword skills equal to their charisma modifier, minimum of 2. Alternately, he may take a brief pause in battle and recover a single sword skill of his choosing by spending a standard action on their turn. Alright.
And scene.
Yeah. Sorry about the yammer there, folks.
That's why I was attempting to simplify all of that.
Yeah. I mean, there are some nice ones like Sanguine Sword, which deals damage equal. You deal damage equal to a melee attack using the focus sword to a single creature within 15 feet. You heal HP equal to the damage dealt. Oh, that's just nasty.
It is.
Defensive focus. Let's see. The sword gains combat reflex as a bonus feat using his charisma modifier in place of his dexterity modifier to determine the number of additional attacks of opportunity.
Oh God, Chris, I know we went past the sword skills, but I gotta mention this one. Mind Sap. Fail a save or take 1d6 of either intelligence, wisdom, or charisma damage.
well, yeah, if you fail a save, and on top of that, the initial damage is your melee attack damage using the focus sword plus twice your charisma modifier. It's to anyone within 20 feet. Ooh, that's nasty. Again, I see why you like Sword Saint though. It's another charisma focused class. Now let's see. And you're threatened. It increases your threatened area by 5 feet, and for every five Sword Saint level they possess. And you may make attacks of opportunity against any opponent in their threatened area. And you may move as part of these attacks of opportunity, provided his total movement before his next turn does not exceed his speed. At 10th level, his defensive focus improves further, causing the ground within the melee reach to be treated as if it were difficult terrain, hampering his foes' movement around him. If a foe tries moving through a space, the movement through those costs double. Holy hell, dude!
Combat reflexes, text-based Sword Saint, dual wielding anybody?
Yeah. I mean, think about it this way. By 20th level, you've got a 25-foot threatened space. Ugh. Martial training. At first level, a Sword Saint counts his total Sword Saint levels as fighter levels for the purpose of qualifying for feats. Makes sense, he's a hybrid class. Stamina pool. A Sword Saint gains access to a reservoir of stamina to fuel his talents that he gains below. The stamina pool number of points equal to 5 times his constitution modifier, and this pool increases by 5 plus his constitution modifier per level. That seems a bit much.
Yeah, I would have just loved it at 5 times his constitution modifier.
Yeah, here's the thing, you have to spend 5 stamina points at a time.
Right.
So that's not too bad. So basically you could drop this quite dramatically and just do it as 1 point into the ability, and then I'm not sure why they've done this apart from to make it look dramatic, maybe?
Yeah, possibly.
So you can either increase your speed by 10 feet for 1 round, delay and suppress fatigue or exhaustion for 1 round, or increase one saving throw by +1 for 1 round. And each of these is activated as a swift action. Then the Sword Saint gets talents. Let's see if there's anything broken in here. Oh, and they actually get talent trees. Okay then. I'm confused. So basically you've got different talent trees. Weapon and Shield, Warmonger, which has things like Pommel Strike. They actually have a Taunt ability.
As if your Chris wasn't going to be immediately attacking any of them.
Well, I'm just thinking, this is, yeah, I was going to say, I think I would probably end up playing this class if I was ever getting a chance to play it. I've always wanted to play a more proactive tank. It's kind of my thing. You also have the Defender, Two-Handed, Vanguard, and Battlemaster. And Battlemaster is all about boosting your allies.
There's also Warmonger and Weapon and Shield Fleet 3.
Yeah, I'd mention them first.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, beyond the talents, which you gain at 2nd level and every 2 levels thereafter, you then get Force of Personality. The Sword Saint may add his Charisma modifier in addition to his Wisdom modifier to determine his Will Save bonus. But at least you can only add it once in case there are other abilities. Yeah, Force of Personality isn't broken at all, is it? War Leader. At 3rd level, the Sword Saint becomes an ever more capable commander and may share tactics with his allies. First, the Sword Saint gains a teamwork feat as a bonus feat. As a standard action, the Sword Saint and allies within 30 feet of him can share teamwork feats that they possess with each other, acting as if they both possess the teamwork feat they are sharing. The Sword Saint can only share one teamwork feat at a time, either one of his own, with allies within 30 feet of him, or an ally's, in which case only the Sword Saint receives the ability to use a teamwork feat he does not possess. The Sword Saint and allies retain the use of this feat for 3 plus the Sword Saint Charisma modifier rounds. The character may use this ability 1 time plus the Charisma modifier time per day at 3rd level, 1 additional time per day for every 4 Sword Saint levels the character possesses. So that's after 3rd. So 2 plus Charisma at 7th, 3 plus Charisma at 11th, and so on. Whoo boy! 4th level, Tactical Flanker. Sword Saint is exceptionally gifted at working with his allies to bring down opponents, and his skills assist any who ally with him. When flanking a target with an allied creature, both the Sword Saint and the ally may use the Sword Saint's Charisma modifier, minimum of +2, for the bonus they receive on their flanking their opponent. And suddenly the Sword Saint just became the rogue's best friend.
Then they get a menacing enchanted weapon, and then outflank.
Yeah. Woof. This thing would be hilarious if it wasn't so broken. It's basically the pure martial equivalent of Magus. Practice skill. When a Sword Saint reaches 5th level, they have become so proficient in the basic forms that they can add a bit of personal flair, truly making the skills they have learn their own. They may select one of the following options that apply to all their basic forms. They may select an additional option at 8th level. You cannot select an ability multiple times unless the ability specifies otherwise. So the options are: increase the DC of all basic forms by 1. This option may be selected multiple times. Increase the range of all basic forms by 5 feet. Add his Charisma modifier to the damage rolls of all basic forms. Whenever he uses a basic form, he gains temporary HP equal to his Charisma modifier. Increase the duration of any effect of a basic form by 1 round. Choose an element type: dark, earth, fire, ice, light, lightning, water, or wind. Basic forms can now deal that damage type instead of their normal damage type. This option may be selected multiple times, so each selection must select a different element type. Oh, that's not broken at all, is it?
No, not remotely.
Why do I get the feeling that element type is going to be the one that's most picked? Either that or the extended range.
You might be right.
Because the element type, you could just pick light and dark and have yourself covered from most enemies. Not to mention the whole balance of being able to use the powers of light and darkness with equal measure would be quite cool for a character archetype.
Yeah, but generic is all hell.
This is true. What, and doing fire and lightning wouldn't? Fire and ice wouldn't? Or earth and wind?
I prefer lightning and acid myself.
Well, acid would be earth in this case, so... next option, clad in steel. Having improved his skill with his armor, the Sword Saint is more capable of combating him while in it when protecting his allies or cause. Whenever he is wearing armor, he reduces his armor check penalty by 1 and increases the maximum dexterity bonus allowed by his armor by 1, and this increases by every 4 levels thereafter. This occurs at 6th level, by the way, and this bonus increased by +1 to a maximum -4 reduction in the armor check penalty and +4 increased maximum dexterity. So it's fighter's armor training from Pathfinder.
Yep.
First blood at 8. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to start on First Blood.
Yeah, go ahead then, man.
First Blood at 8th level, a Sword Saint charges a flat-footed opponent against +3 competence bonus to attack rolls and ignores damage reduction equal to his charisma modifier. The Sword Saint can make more than one attack during a charge. This only applies to the first attack. So just...
Yeah, you cut out there, dude.
for fuck's sake.
Finger come off the push the talk button.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's not going to get nasty at all, is it? Oh, then we move on to Perfected Skill. At 10th level, it's basically the upgraded version of the previous one with all the same options. Only now it applies to advanced forms rather than to basic forms.
Then there's a level 12 Stalwart, which is an improved version of the Blister ability. Basically evasion for fortitude or will saves in this case.
Yeah. You cut out again, dude, I think.
For fuck's sake.
But yeah, so basically, will saving throw against an attack that has reduced effect on a successful save, he instead avoids the effect entirely. Yeah, that's... So it's basically fortitude and will version of evasion.
I think once we're done with this episode, Chris, we're probably going to want to switch the server settings so I can hear you cut in and out.
Okay, will do. Joy. I love when you have to mess about with that sort of thing. Okay, improved War Leader. Which basically allows you to use War Leader as a move action. Yay, even better teamwork feats. Steel Defense. At 16th level, the Sword Saint is capable of turning an otherwise lethal blow and continue the fight. When attack inflicts hit point damage from a natural attack, melee weapon or ranged weapon would reduce the Sword Saint to 0 or fewer hit points. He can make a fortitude save, DC the attacker's attack roll, to deflect the attack to his armor or shield. I believe we've seen this with the Knight.
Yeah, possibly.
Sword cannot... Yeah, because it also has the whole... cannot be used with broken... Yeah, we've definitely seen this with the Knight. Master War Leader. The Sword Saint's peerless ability in the theatre of war. Yeah, you can now use the share teamwork feats as a swift action at 18th level. That's from the Cavalier. Born of Steel at 19th level, his Sword Saint is so at home with his armour that it's like a second skin. While wearing medium or heavy armour, the Sword Saint is more resilient to critical hits. When a critical hit threat is rolled against him, the Sword Saint may add his charisma modifier to his AC against the critical confirmation roll. Alright then. 20th level, Last Blood. At 20th level, a Sword Saint is a fearsome foe. He becomes only more aggressive and dangerous when he is backed into a corner or sees victory in his sight. If the Sword Saint is below half his HP, he gains a +5 competence bonus on attack rolls, and the DC of all his sword skills are increased by 2. Whenever a Sword Saint drops an enemy to -1 hit points or less, he gains a morale bonus to all damage rolls equal to twice his charisma modifier for 1 round. Oh boy! Talk about a cat.
You just can't put him down.
And if you try, you're gonna wish you hadn't.
Probably.
Oh god, you have got to make a cleave build with this class.
It is tempting.
No, I think it's pretty much mandated at this point. Yeah. Also known as the guy that steals all his tricks from monsters. So base class, Blue Mage. D8 hit points, 46 times 10 gil. Class skills: acrobatics, appraise, craft, fly, all knowledge skills, linguistics, profession, and spellcraft. 4 plus int modifier for skills per level. Alright. They start with spell proficiency. They are proficient with all simple weapons and also long swords, power rods, power staves, and scimitars. They're proficient with light armor and light shields, but they still have arcane armor failure chance. Okay, that's weird, but alright.
What's the point?
I'm guessing there might be abilities that they get along the way that can reduce that. So, limit breaks. As you're summoning, the summon breaks allows the Blue Mage to summon creatures briefly. The Blue Mage picks one blue magic spell she knows and can cast. She then summons a creature from where she learned the spell from. The Blue Mage can only summon creatures up to twice his Blue Mage level in hit dice. The creature summoned stays for a duration of 1 round, plus 1 round per 4 Blue Mage levels after first, appearing anywhere within 30 feet of the Blue Mage, obeying the wishes of the Blue Mage. Okay, considering you can learn magic from dragons, why would you pick anything else?
There's always a situational excuse.
Actually, if you can learn the bad breath ability, being able to summon your own pet Marlboro would be pretty funny. And an easy way to break an encounter. Oh, you've summoned all your big baddies. Here, have my pet Marlboro. Let's see. Dual Azure Mastery. This limit break allows the Blue Mage for a duration of 1 round, plus 1 round per 4 Blue Mage levels after first, to cast 2 blue magic spells a round. Which is activated as a swift action. Okay. Now on to the main ability of them. Creature Magic. A Blue Mage has the power to gain new spells from creatures that have supernatural abilities by learning from them. The Blue Mage must witness the creature use its abilities, and then you have to make an appropriate knowledge check. The initial skill check is DC plus is 15 plus 2 per spell level of the ability. Blue Mage begins play with 2 first level Blue Mage spells of their choice. Each time a character attains a new Blue Mage level, they gain 1 spell of their choice added to the list of spells. The free spells must be spell levels they can cast. Unlike other mages, the Blue Mage cannot purchase or find scrolls to add spells to the spells known list, but they can learn new Blue Mage spells from another Blue Mage. So, in regards to the spell checks, it's Arcana for dragons and magical beasts, Engineering for aberrations and oozes, Engineering or technology for constructs, Local for humanoids and monstrous humanoids, Nature for animals, Fae, plants and vermin, Planes for outsiders, and Religion for undead. Once learned, the ability becomes a spell in the Blue Mage's spell list. See the monster description to find out the spell level of a creature's supernatural ability. The Blue Mage can learn spells above her spell level, but cannot cast those spells until she attains the level to be able to cast them. The only limitation to this is that the Blue Mage cannot learn limit breaks through the use of this ability. Any supernatural abilities learned through this ability that doesn't have a duration will have a duration of 1 round per Blue Mage level. To learn or cast a spell, Blue Mage must have an intelligence score equal to 10 plus the spell level. Difficulty class for a saving throw against a Blue Mage's spell is 10 plus the spell level plus the Blue Mage's intelligence modifier. In addition, a Blue Mage gains additional MP for having high attributes, as usual. So that seems pretty cool. You there, Josh?
Yeah, I just got back.
We were just going over the creature magic ability, which is kind of the central point of the Blue Mage. Basically, you use knowledge checks to gain spells.
Yeah, it's the only reason it's gonna like that. It's you're gonna have to find another class.
Yeah. Next up is Blue Magery. Analysis Mastery. This grants a +2 bonus to knowledge checks again for the analysis ability. Always going to be useful when you have to make a DC of 15 plus 2 times the spell level. Creature Knowledge Mastery. This provides +2 insight bonus on all saving throws from creatures that have been scanned. In addition, the Blue Mage may re-roll any failed knowledge checks once per round.
That could be really good.
Yeah. Oh, and the second time you choose Analysis Mastery, it means that Analysis only requires a swift action to use. I'd missed that part off, that's pretty good as well. Natural Prowess. This increases the Blue Mage ability to hit with natural weapons granted by Azure Physical Training by +2. Which we'll get to in a second. And their Azure Physical Training natural weapons improved by 1 step. That sounds nice. Obscure Spell Mastery. This increases the DC for all Blue Mage spells by 1, as well as increases the difficulty to identifying their spells via spellcraft by 2. That's pretty sweet. And there's cantrips, and okay, on to Scan. At second level, as a swift action, the Blue Mage can scan a creature within 60 feet and find out if it has a supernatural ability they can learn from. A creature can resist the effects by making a will save DC 10 plus half Blue Mage's level plus their intelligence modifier. Well, that tells you whether you're wasting your time or not. Analysis. At second level, usable up to 3 times per day plus the Blue Mage's intelligence modifier. The Blue Mage can draw upon their intuitive ability to read a creature's essence, granting her and her allies benefits from the creature they face. Using analysis abilities requires a standard action which doesn't provoke attack of opportunity. You unlock new analysis abilities as the level increases. The Blue Mage analysis can affect a single creature or all creatures of the same race depending on the effect used. The target creature must be within 60 feet. And the Blue Mage must be aware of the creature's presence, although she does not have line of sight to it. The effect of the analysis lasts for 1 round per Blue Mage level unless stated otherwise. To affect their allies, they must be within 30 feet of the Blue Mage. The analysis requires a DC 10 plus the CR of the creature. So that could be really difficult or really easy depending on the thing. So, Lucubrate. Learns the general combat behaviours of that race, granting her allies a +1 competence bonus on attack rolls made against them. Blue Mage succeeds on a knowledge check by 5 or more. This bonus increases to +2. If Blue Mage succeeds by 10 or more, it increases by +3. So for every step of 5, it increases. Oh no, and it's only by 20. If you succeed by 20 or more, that you get a +4. Wow. Starting at 6th level, you gain the Metal ability, which a Blue Mage can use her analysis to help her allies fight off dangerous abilities of other creatures. Allies within 30 feet of Blue Mage gain a +1 competence bonus on saving throws against the affected creature's abilities. This again scales in the same way as Lucubrate. Both of those seem pretty good. Josh, you there?
Yeah, I just haven't had much time, really.
Fair enough, dude. For knowledge, starting at 10th level, a Blue Mage teaches her allies how to avoid attacks from creatures. Unlike other analysis abilities, this ability can be used only against a single creature. On a successful knowledge check, she grants a +1 knowledge bonus to AC, dodge bonus to AC against that creature. If Blue Mage succeeds by 5, it's +2, 3 plus 10, 10 plus 3, and by 20 or more +4. Similar scaling for this one is 14th level Flummox, which can dazzle a creature for 1 round, but can only be used against a target. Let's see. But depending on how much you succeed on your check on your knowledge check by, you can increase the effect to disable or stunned. But then again, your opponent then gets a will save as well, so... Puissance, starting at 18th level, Blue Mage can direct her allies to attack vital spots. On a successful knowledge check against some bonus to damage roll made against the creature equals to 1d6 points of damage. The knowledge check succeeds by 5 or more, then it increases to 2d6, 10 or more, 3d6, 20 or more, 4d6. That last one's a real doozy, but I do think it might come back a bit late.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad until the higher levels.
Yeah. Oh, this is why at third level Blue Mages get the Armoured Mage like the Red Mage does. That'd explain why they're proficient but don't get the normal negation. Now we get to the Azure Physical Training. At 4th level and every 4 levels thereafter, a Blue Mage gains the abilities to emulate physical attacks of creatures. They can gain a Slam, Bite. Let's see. Starting off at 4th, they gain Slam. At 8th, they gain Bite. At 12th, they gain a Grab, which is in addition to the Slam or Bite. At 16th, they gain Powerful Charge. And at 20 level, they gain Pounce.
Yep, you can move, you can charge, and then full attack.
Yeah. As you're learning, at 5th level, a Blue Mage receives a +1 bonus on all knowledge checks. This bonus increases by +1 for every 5 levels thereafter to a maximum of +4 at 20th level.
Chris just now right past the Pounce.
Well, no, I did read Pounce. I did say Pounce. Did I cut out on you?
Well, no, it was just I was saying, I described what it was, and you just basically ignored it, because I just figured it was that horrible for it.
Well, it's at 20th level. I've seen worth at 20th, you know? Like most of the other casters.
True.
Let's be fair, if you're using the Pounce ability at 20th level as a Blue Mage, something has gone wrong.
Well, it's something like Flying Dragon Charge, otherwise it's probably worth it.
Yeah, fair point. Invoke. At 6th level, a Blue Mage can invoke a creature to use its spell-like or supernatural ability. The Blue Mage must know what the creature possesses for abilities by using the Scan ability. If the creature has more than one ability, the Blue Mage can decide which ones she wants the creature to use. The creature gets a Will Save, DC 10, plus half the Blue Mage's level, plus the Intelligence modifier to negate its ability. The ability has a range of up to 60 feet, and requires a move action which doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. At 12th level, the Blue Mage's ability to invoke a creature to use its ability improves. The Blue Mage can use its ability as a swift action. Okay, so invoke, you get to force creatures to use their abilities on other targets. Well, that could be funny.
Yeah, but unless it's an allied creature that can heal or something, it's going to be really situational.
True. Funny, but situational. Although getting a dragon to kill off all its minions by forcing it to use its breath weapon would be quite amusing.
True.
Seventh level, they gain the ability I Know That Trick. At 7th level, the Blue Mage gains a +1 bonus to her saving throws against any ability that she has learned as a blue magic spell. This bonus increases by +1 for every 3 additional Blue Mage levels beyond 7th. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I honestly, one thing I love about the size I love the naming of some of these abilities. Like, I know that.
I mean, some of these abilities would be quite fun as sub-job abilities, like that one would be quite amusing.
True.
Azure Counter. Starting at 10th level, Blue Mage can attempt to counter a monster's special attack. If the Blue Mage knows the blue magic spell and has a readied action, she may expend it as an immediate action. She must make a caster level check equal to 11 plus the monster's CR. If she succeeds, the monster loses its action. So you can counterspell actual abilities. That's nice. Again, dragon tries to use its breath weapon.
And just on its buddies.
Well, you couldn't, because then it'd have used it for that 1d4 rounds after all.
Yeah, right.
Even that, well, I suppose you could do that. But let's see. Then it gets Clear Mind, which we're already familiar with. Libra. At 10th level, the Blue Mage can analyse creatures to find how much current hit points, current magic points, damage reduction, any resistances, and any weaknesses it possesses. A creature can resist this effect by making a will save DC 10, plus half the Blue Mage's level, plus their intelligence modifier. The ability has a range of 60 feet and requires a move action which doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, but depending on your knowledge rolls and how friendly your team is, you can do that without needing class ability.
True, but it is kind of a classic ability that you see in Final Fantasy. I mean, the amount of money I shelled out in Final Fantasy 12 just to get gear that gave the Libra ability to all my characters.
Fair enough.
Because, funnily enough, when you're playing Final Fantasy, Libra is one of the abilities you really want to have. Because not being able to tell what enemies' abilities are when they're a new enemy is pretty nasty.
True. Well, if I ever can bring myself to play 12 again, I'll make sure I get it.
Yeah, it's a bit later in the game. I know you weren't particularly fond of the systems for that one. Also, at 11th level, Simulation. The Blue Mage can copy any special qualities from creatures she has used the Libra ability on. As a standard action, usable per day equal to the Blue Mage's intelligence modifier. The Blue Mage may copy only one special ability from a creature at a time. The only special abilities that cannot be copied is the creature type. Copying a creature's special qualities overrides their own. For example, if a Blue Mage copies a damage reduction, it replaces her own damage reduction if she had any. The ability lasts for a number of rounds equal to 3 plus the Blue Mage's intelligence modifier. Now that makes Libra good. Sort of like, you're something that's immune to fire, and you use fire as a weapon. I'll become immune to fire.
Well, that would be funny. Alright, next is easy ordering. Take down all knowledge checks. Double cast, but over that. 1 if you spell, but over that.
Azure Lore. 3 times per day as a swift action, the Blue Mage can utilise one meta magic feat she has on Blue Magic spells for free. We've seen similar things.
Maximize Intensified. Dragon's Breath.
Well, only one of them, remember, so... let's see. Cerulean Focus. Also at 19th level, a Blue Mage increases the DC for every Blue Magic spell they cast by 1. She also adds this bonus to cast level checks made by using her Azure Counter ability. Nice. Ooh, Assimilation. And here's why they have Libra, really. At 20th level, the Blue Mage can absorb any special qualities from creatures she has used the Libra ability on. As a standard action usable per day equal to the Blue Mage's intelligence modifier. The Blue Mage may absorb only one special ability from a creature at a time. The creature affected with this ability must make a Fortitude save, DC 10, plus half the Blue Mage's level, plus her intelligence modifier, or temporarily lose its special quality or ability. The only special ability that cannot be absorbed is the creature type. Absorbing a creature's qualities overrides your own. The ability lasts for rounds equal to 3 plus the Blue Mage's intelligence modifier. In addition, the Blue Mage learns the special ability and may be reused at any given time with a successful appropriate knowledge skill check, DC 15 plus the CR of the creature that uses often a simulation ability point. You see, that's just nasty. You can.
And they're gonna make this shit. Then they're gonna play a Blue Mage Syndrome.
Yeah. Oh, you're immune to fire. No, you're not. Oh, the amusement of burning a red dragon to death.
It would be. No, that's almost as bad as. Well, I'm playing. I've told you about the artifice many times before, but it's one of its level 20 abilities to basically do at will the bomb resistance. Not the bomb resistance, it's the spell. Basically, save or have your magic items all destroyed.
Oh, that's nasty. Good thing you're nowhere near that level yet with that thing, because you're what, level 7 last I checked?
Yeah, we're getting close to 8 pretty quickly. The GM definitely knows how slow we've been moving.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not even, I mean, you were what, level 6 by the end of 12 months or something like that?
True.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've kept you guys a bit slow with the most recent level between 3rd and 4th, but even I think that's a bit on the slow side. So that's it for classes, folks. Next time we'll be doing the materia system, and we'll be wrapping things up. We'll be going over the materias a little bit and then doing some potential plot ideas that you could do. Apart from that, that's going to be everything, folks. Hope you've had a good time, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next week, and hopefully see you on Sunday for Seekers of Legends Forging the New Gods. If you're watching this on Twitch, please give us a follow. If you're watching this when I upload it on Friday at YouTube/BardicDM, then please give it a like and subscribe, and give us some feedback on how we can improve. Take care, guys, and see you next time.